remarkably composed in his first serious action in the NFL. Second down and 9. And on the play action, Plummer on the run for the little toss. Nice grab. Putzier with the catch. And the Broncos are driving into Indianapolis territory at the 32.
Boy, that was some throw by Jake Plummer. But the strength of Jake Plummer as a quarterback, it's his movement. He can avoid the rush, and he is one of the best in the NFL, if not the best. And I don't want to overstate it, throwing the football on the run. Not only can he do it to his right, he's also very good going to his left, which most right-handed quarterbacks in this league and coaches, they won't even try it. Not Denver, they do it both ways.
His touchdown pass in the first quarter was running to his left. A long one, 38 yards to Ashley Laley. Now going for another big score. Pass. Laley, did he get the second foot down? They say no. Again working on Jason David, who got beat for the touchdown earlier in the first quarter.
Well, I want to see if Ashley Laley can run a short route, but again, just a pure speed. He just takes off. He's got too much for Jason David. 1 foot. Does the second one get down? Oh, it just goes out. From up here, I thought he got both feet in, but pretty easy call. The right foot, half in, half out.
Yep. And the Broncos, looking at Mike Shanahan, I can't imagine that they would challenge that. You're not going to win that challenge. And, you know, they get confirmation from upstairs that it's of no use. So back to the line of scrimmage, second down and 10. Reuben Drones has an open alley and collides with two Colts at the 26 after a gain of 5. Again, the scoring update in this game. Indianapolis struck first. Sorgi to Marvin Harrison. Harrison's 15th touchdown catch of the season. And then on the next drive for Denver, 38 yards, Plummer to Laley. And again, Peyton Manning played just the opening series of the game, which was 3 snaps. He completed 1 pass for 6 yards and then called it a day, as the Colts don't want to give too much away, knowing that there's a strong possibility they could be facing again next week. David breaking up that one intended for Rod Smith.
Well, Jason David, who has had 2 receivers run by him already today, not afraid and being aggressive. Top of your screen, look at it. Goes underneath for the interception, and it's a good thing Jake Plummer put a little smoke on that one. Otherwise, it was going to be picked off and run back for a touchdown.
Also, for those of you just joining us, Jason David, a rookie, starting today. They have Bob Sanders, the rookie second rounder, in the starting lineup, as Nick Harper's out. Bashir is out in the secondary for the Colts, inactive. 45-yard try by Jason Elam, and the Broncos have a 10-7 lead. Jason Elam adds 3. Broncos in front.
This time, there are no exams to pass. It's only teamwork and determination that will make them national champions. College Bowl Week starting from January 1st on Orbit ESPN.
They're 3 career criminals with 1 shot at freedom. Now, they're working for the feds who put them away. They're bad girls turned good. They're She Spies, Mondays at 9 p.m. Riyadh time, only on America Plus.
فوق توقعاتكم خلال يناير على السوبر موفيز. فتاة تتلقى أكثر مما تحتاج إليه من نصائح في What a Girl Wants.
Why are you trying so hard to fit in? I need Holland to stand out.
Kangaroo Jack يواجه أكثر من لكمة.
Hey, look how tall he is.
Juana Man يسجل أكثر من مجرد هدف.
Yes, Juana Man. Whatever.
رجل شرير يحصل على أكثر من المال في Cradle to the Grave. Jackpot. صياد يأخذ على عاتقه أكثر مما يحتمل في Dreamcatcher.
What is this?
Faye Dunaway تجد أكثر من الصداقة في Stanley's Gig. كل كل هذه الأفلام الجديدة وأكثر خلال يناير على سوبر موفيز، بطاقتك إلى أحدث الأفلام.
This is what the NFL is all about.
Well, you heard Al Wilson. This is what the NFL is all about. And it's all about the Broncos and the Colts right now, trying to sort out the final piece to the puzzle in the AFC playoff picture. Dominique Rhodes shakes free, gets across the 25 and to the 36. Strong run back, led by Robert Mathis with a key block. Colts will have good starting position.
وقفة احتفالية هاتفة لبرامج يناير الرياضية على أوربت. الجماهير تحتشد استعدادا لاحتفالية بول كرة القدم الأمريكية للجامعات. فرق الدوري السعودي المتنافسة سوف تلقى ترحيبا حارا من أنصارها. المدرجات ستدوي تشجيعا للاعبي دوري كرة القدم الأمريكية. جميع التذاكر مباعة لكافة عروض الدوري الفرنسي. المزيد من الهتافات في الطريق تحية لعمالقة دوري السلة الأمريكي. الدوري الهولندي بحاجة إلى مقاعد إضافية نزولا عند رغبة الجماهير. أوربت خلال يناير، عالم من الرياضة.
Murder.
What are you gonna do? Scream?
Jealousy.
Don't you wait! Listen! Sarah, I love you.
Violence.
Oh my God, it's Lynn.
Greed.
He's an Avenger. That's how this killer thinks. That's why he picks his victims.
And depravity.
Somebody else is living in my body.
They're all at home in Cinema City's Dark Corners every Wednesday.
تابعوا الأخبار مع الأصدقاء ستيف، إيدي، براين ولورين، الفريق الأكثر جماهيرية ومصداقية لأخبار الصباح الأمريكية. تابعوا الأخبار في فوكس اند فريندز فيرست من الاثنين إلى الجمعة في الأوقات التالية على أوربت نيوز.
Temperature here in the low 40s, just a mild winter day here in this beautiful Mile High City. We got the Nextel halftime report coming up, and Greg and the gang will help sort out the latest playoff information. Coming up, Nextel halftime report. 36-yard line, Colts, their fourth possession of the day, and that's Dominique Rhodes spinning for about a yard. We've talked about Peyton Manning just going that first series, and that also applies for Edgerrin James. Edgerrin playing only the first 3 snaps and then heading to the bench today, as Tony Dungy and his staff gave it a lot of thought this week. How do you approach this game in knowing there is a very good possibility that you could end up seeing the Broncos again next week? How much do you want to give away?
Well, that's, Jim, you said it earlier. That is the one positive the Colts are going to take out of this. They're not going to show their hand what they really want to do against this Broncos team. They'll wait and say that for next week if it comes to that.
That's Sorgi across the middle to Marvin Harrison for a gain of 6. And there's Edgerrin. Edgerrin James came into the weekend trailing Sean Alexander by 66 yards for the rushing title, but that's not something he's going to be too worried about. He won that rushing title his first 2 years in the league. Edgerrin's heading back to the Pro Bowl after a 4-year absence. First time back at the Pro Bowl after having that horrific knee injury in the 2001 season. Boy, has he come back big this year. Sorgi able to get it away to Moreeeee, incomplete. Al Wilson was in the face of the rookie quarterback. And they'll bring out Hunter Smith.
Kelly Herndon is on the coverage, and this will be good practice for Kelly Herndon, even though it's Moreeeee, because next week that will be Brandon Stokely if they get to that again. So if the Broncos win, some of the key matchups they were thinking about in this game, they're not seeing. They're going to have to just win the game and worry about it next week.
Of course, the Jacksonville Jaguar fans have suddenly become huge Colt fans because they're next on the line. If the Jags were to win their game at Oakland and the Colts win here, that'd give Jacksonville the final playoff berth. And in the third matchup of the year against the Colts, where they already won up at Indianapolis this year. 47-yard punt, 13-yard run back. 10-7, Denver with the lead, and the football at its own 23 when we come back.
This time, there are no exams to pass. It's only teamwork and determination that will make them national champions. College Bowl Week starting from January 1st on Orbit ESPN.
في 2005 ستكون أكثر تألقاً من أي وقت مضى مع برامج الأزياء، برامج المسابقات والبرامج الحوارية مع إضافة خاصة على وشك أن تحدث. ونجم جديد على وشك أن يولد على هوليوود مقدماً لكم أكبر النجوم وأسرارهم مع الأفلام والتلفزيون. هل تساءلتم يوماً كيف هو الحال على الجانب الآخر من الكاميرا؟ عالم الأزياء حيث تكتشفون كواليس أشهر دور عرض الأزياء. عالم الموسيقى حيث تطلعون على آخر أخبار نجوم الموسيقى من خلال مقابلات خاصة. برامج وثائقية عن عالم الفن تجيب عن أسئلتكم. ولكن هوليوود هي أيضاً قناة الأناقة، قناة البرامج الحوارية مع أحدث مواسم البرنامج الحائز على أرفع الجوائز Inside the Actors Studio. تطلعوا في 2005 إلى نجمكم على هوليوود.
Day on the Shield. Vic and Shane go undercover to find a killer.
Going undercover as dirty cops. You think you can pull that off?
We can try.
But their catch is bigger than expected.
Hey, we got a line on the biggest Armenian mobster in LA.
I want to know every move you make.
I'll never forget what you do.
What about this money train?
I didn't do anything wrong.
How much money are we talking about here?
I hear it's big.
The Shield, Monday at 11 p.m. Riyadh time on America Plus.
Shanahan, no coach has won more games than Mike since he took over the Broncos in '95. 100 regular season wins, 107 in all, and of course 2 Super Bowl titles. That's Tatum Bell to the 36. But Mike had his own, things to figure out, sort out, problematic, trying to figure out how to approach a game like this.
Well, he knew how the Colts were going to have to approach it because there's only one way you approach a game like this if you're the Colts. And you rest your starters and be careful. He told a story when he was with the San Francisco 49ers. They're going in the last game of the year. The Minnesota Vikings, they are leading all these statistical categories on offense, and they got a chance to wrap them all up. Eddie DeBartolo, the owner, comes in. He hears it. He says, "That's great, Mike. Go for it."
Plummer on first down. Throws on the run. Smith is down there and can't make the catch. Wow. Rod Smith was wide open at the 15.
What happened is the timing of the play was thrown off just a little bit. And Rod Smith was open so long that he actually tenses up. What's the move? Number 80 down the field. He goes out, and then when he goes back in, he is wide open. Nobody's back there. He mistimes it. He thinks the Colt defender is going to get there. He mistimes the jump, and that causes him to miss the pass.
Hey, back to that story when Mike was the offensive coordinator at the Niners.
Well, I'll just finish it up. So he tells that to Eddie DeBartolo Jr., and he says, "That's wonderful, Mike. You go for it, but I'm just telling you, Steve Young or Jerry Rice get hurt, you're fired." That's the end of the story.
Lee this time makes the catch. They say the feet were not down, but a second official comes in and says, "Wait a minute, he didn't have a chance to come straight down."
They're calling it a force out.
So they give him the catch at the 43.
And that is a good call.
21 yards to Lee.
Pass to the lead down the field. They are attacking these rookie corners. The catches looks like it's clean. He might have got both feet in anyway, but it is ruled a force out, and once it's ruled that you are forced out, it cannot, the catch or the inbounds part of it cannot be reviewed. you could review if he held onto the football once he goes out of bounds.
Yeah, the right foot was in, left toe was out, but force out is the call. Looked like a clean catch by Moreeeee as well.
If I catch you, buddy.
And they're explaining this to Tony Dungy right now.
Explaining that the only thing that's reviewable here is whether or not he had possession of the ball, the catch.
That's right. You cannot review if he's inbounds or not. Once it is ruled a force out, that part is over.
Are you talking about all these statistical categories and
Indianapolis has not challenged the ruling on the field.
How Eddie DeBartolo cleared things up real quick.
Jim, you know it's debated. Oh, you just play everybody. You don't worry about it. What, are you kidding me? If I was on a team, my Giants team, we got in this situation. If Lawrence Taylor played and got hurt, I would never forgive our coach if something like that happened.
On first down, open man. It's Putzier, and he is tackled at the 19 by Bob Sanders. 24 yards, second big catch by Putzier.
Hey, the Broncos are doing a really good job dropping back and throwing the football. It's a quick play action fake. New players in the Colts secondary. That's got to be part of the problem because there is nobody around Putzier.
Jeb Putzier with now 35 catches on the season, over 500 yards. Been quite a favorite target after the pair of 1,000-yard receivers, Smith and Moreeeee. For Jake Plummer. Tatum Bell with the burst. And then swallowed up at the 15-yard line. Well, the Colts had their own battles if they had the wrong psychology on it for statistical categories. That Edgerrin James was in a rushing title race. Culpepper today actually moved past Peyton Manning in terms of passing yards on the season. Peyton's not going to win that one statistical category.
Right.
But that's not anything that any of these Colts players are bothered about.
You know why? They've already got all the personal triumphs they want. They've all got the yards, the Pro Bowls. Man, it's about winning, getting in the playoffs and winning the Super Bowl. That's how you get great, is winning the Super Bowl title.
And they all know it. Tatum Bell is knocked out at the 11. 3rd and 2 coming up.
You know, even Marvin Harrison, wide receivers, and I'm not saying Marvin Harrison is, but wide receivers, without a doubt, are the most selfish group of players in the NFL. They, you know, this is the way it is.
Well, you're a quarterback. You would know that.
They're independent contractors. We win. Who cares? I had 10 catches. That's how they view the game a lot of times. But Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Brandon Stokely, it's been Tony Dungy talked about it. It makes him proud that they have become such team players. It makes him feel good about being a coach.
On the toss, Tatum Bell on 3rd and 2 has the first. And 1st and goal to go from the 4. Rod Smith with a block on that left side that netted 7 yards.
Yeah, Rod Smith. He kind of reminds me of Hines Ward. Tatum Bell with the speed. You talked about him, Jim. But Rod Smith does it all. Makes tough catches, and he blocks outside. And when you have the success running the football like the Broncos have had over the years, everybody has got to be tough, and they got to block down the field. And well, look, we know that. We've seen it. Mike Shanahan preaches it, and he demands it from the wide receiver.
Ruben Drones back in. He scored 3 touchdowns last week against Tennessee, but backed up a yard as Rieger and Brock combine on the hit. The red zone touchdown efficiency of the Broncos this year without Clinton Portis has been troublesome for the Bronco fans.
And that would always be surprising because you got a mobile quarterback, so you can do all the boots that they've done for so many years here. You got a good running game, and you got big-time wide receivers. So that would be puzzling to fans, and it's puzzling to me why they are not getting it done once they get in the red zone.
It's still Drones in the backfield. Along with Patrick Haight throwing a lead block for Drones. And he fights his way through traffic to the 2. 3rd and goal from the 2 on the way.
And, you know, if you're Mike Shanahan, right now you're going, okay, you call the play. Are you going for it on 4th down? You run the football with the thought, if we get half the yardage, we're on the 2-yard line, we'll go for it.
Well, there you go. Tied for 29th in the league this year in red zone touchdown percentage.
But let's go back to what we started the game with. The Broncos want to show their physical dominance, jump out to a good lead. that really makes it tough on the Colts.
Plummer calls the timeout. 5:53 to go, second quarter. 10-7 Denver leads, looking for more.
وقفة احتفالية هاتفة لبرامج يناير الرياضية على أوربت. الجماهير تحتشد استعدادا لاحتفالية بولوي كرة القدم الأمريكية للجامعات. فرق الدوري السعودي المتنافسة سوف تلقى ترحيبا حارا من أنصارها. المدرجات ستدوي تشجيعا للاعبي دوري كرة القدم الأمريكية. جميع التذاكر مباعة لكافة عروض الدوري الفرنسي. المزيد من الهتافات في الطريق تحية لعمالقة دوري السلة الأمريكي. الدوري الهولندي بحاجة إلى مقاعد إضافية نزولا عند رغبة الجماهير. أوربت خلال يناير، عالم من الرياضة.
Take a walk on the wild side.
So unbelievable.
Or take it on the funny side of the street. With comedies every Tuesday in January on Cinema City.
Goal from the two. If the Broncos win, they'll play at Indianapolis next week. The Jets-San Diego game is all set. Now, if the Broncos lose, Jacksonville, with a win over Oakland, would play at Indy. If the Jags also lost, Baltimore, already a victor today over Miami, would get the 6th spot, play at the Colts. Third and goal from the two, and on the play action, Plummer, open man, touchdown, Broncos. Patrick Hape. Patrick Hape now with 7 catches on the season. 4 of them have gone for touchdowns.
Tell you what, the Broncos just took advantage of an Indianapolis defense that's being over-aggressive. They were playing run all the way, and that's why Patrick Hape was wide open.
So that pass play hurtful to Jacksonville and Baltimore fans. Plummer has thrown 2 touchdowns today, 27 on the season. He's tied John Elway's team record.
Well, this time, there are no exams to pass. It's only teamwork and determination that will make them national champions. College Bowl Week, now airing on Orbit ESPN.
In your house. Put your makeup on. Put on your favorite dress. Open a bottle of champagne. 'Cause you've got celebrity company.
Hey everybody, I'm Jessica Simpson. This is Missy Misdemeanor Elliott.
Hey yo, what's up with it, y'all? It's your boy Chingy.
Rock and roll.
It's time for rock and roll to come back and kick some ass.
Hip hop.
I'm a player and I'm a pimp.
Hip hop from my time was always original.
Rivalry.
In ways, Brittany and I are a lot alike.
I'm sexier than others.
Gee, would that be Britney Spears?
The Fame Game.
If it all had to stop tomorrow, I think that I could go back to being a normal person and have a normal life.
Fox Report. It has to be real. Real life breaking news on the scene without distortion. First, accurate. We're going to be fair and balanced in all that we do.
Fast,
News is exciting and interesting, so that's how we play it. Fox way.
Shepard Smith, the most trusted network news anchor on cable.
You're going to get it fresh and real. News with a pulse, we call it. The #1 newscast on cable, the Fox Report.
Tuesday to Saturday at 3 a.m. Riyadh time on Orbit News.
After hauling in a touchdown, his 4th of the year, he's been seeing action today at fullback as Kyle Johnson's inactive. And they make the grab. He makes the grab on 3rd and goal from the 2 for the 10-point lead. Dominic Rhodes. To the 23, that's it. Sorgi and the Colts will come back out. They've given up 17 unanswered in Indianapolis. 17-7 Broncos.
وقفة احتفالية هاتفة لبرامج يناير الرياضية على أوربت. الجماهير تحتشد استعدادا لاحتفالية بولوي كرة القدم الأمريكية للجامعات. فرق الدوري السعودي المتنافسة سوف تلقى ترحيبا حارا من أنصارها. المدرجات ستدوي تشجيعا للاعبي دوري كرة القدم الأمريكية. جميع التذاكر مباعة لكافة عروض الدوري الفرنسي. المزيد من الهتافات في الطريق تحية لعمالقة دوري السلة الأمريكي. الدوري الهولندي بحاجة إلى مقاعد إضافية نزولا عند رغبة الجماهير. أوربت خلال يناير عالم من الرياضة.
كل ما تابعوا الأخبار مع الأصدقاء ستيف، إيدي، براين ولورين، الفريق الأكثر جماهيرية ومصداقية لأخبار الصباح الأمريكية. تابعوا الأخبار في Fox and Friends First من الاثنين إلى الجمعة في الأوقات التالية على Orbit News.
Well, you can get the latest playoff scenarios, updated brackets for the wild card and divisional playoff weekend by just clicking on NFL at CBSSportsLine.com. Colts from the 22-yard line, 10 behind. Jim Sorgi at quarterback, Dominic Rhodes, the running back. Brad Pyatt has come in as a receiver. Sorgi over to Pyatt with a catch at the 29. 2nd and 3 on the way. Over to Bonnie Bernstein.
Well, Jim, since Peyton Manning came out after the first series, he's been on headset calling in the plays to Jim Sorgi. And this is one of those ways he thinks he can prevent getting some of that rust that comes with not playing. He said, physically, I needed the rest on my arm, splitting the reps with Sorgi. But mentally, being on headset, I'm still in the game. I'm still testing myself after every down to see what I would do. He's also giving Sorgi little hints like, make sure you look off your receivers and don't take a sack on 3rd and 10, stuff that'll help a rookie who's getting his first real amount of playing time.
We'll see what he sends in 2nd and 3, and Sorgi's pass in the area of Ben Hartsock. 3rd and 3 coming up for Sorgi, who was very precise the first time he had it, getting the signals in from Peyton Manning on their first series, right down the field for a touch.
Tom Moore, the offensive coordinator, standing next to Peyton Manning, giving the play to Peyton. He sends it into Jim Sorgi, and you know, we were talking during the commercial, Jim, look, Peyton, he's proud of this play calling, so you better step it up here, or he's going to get criticized in the papers. He'll feel what it's like to be an offensive coordinator.
3rd down and 3.
See some razzle dazzle.
Sorgi over to Reggie Wayne, who makes the catch and spins away from another defender. He got away from Kennedy, and he's on his way for an end zone. Yes, touchdown Colts. Can you believe that? 2 defenders had a great shot at Reggie Wayne. He first got away from Rock Alexander, and then what a fake he made on Kenoy Kennedy.
I'll tell you what, a couple things. The pass protection was so good that Jim Sorgi looks inside. He wants to throw it inside. That's where the play is designed to go. He goes, it's not open. He looks outside to Reggie Wayne. He throws it just short of the target, which was perfect. The defender didn't see it. Reggie Wayne makes the adjustment. Then he breaks the tackles for the touchdown.
2nd touchdown pass for Sorgi. Now what about Peyton Manning? One play after your critique.
That was a good call. I tell you, what a throw by Jim Sorgi, though.
Career-long reception for a touchdown by Reggie Wayne.
This time, there are no exams to pass. It's only teamwork and determination that will make them national champions. College Bowl Week starting from January 1st on Orbit ESPN.
They're three career criminals with one shot at freedom. Now they're working for the feds who put them away. They're bad girls turn good. They're She Spies, Mondays at 9 p.m. Riyadh time only on America Plus.
فوق توقعاتكم خلال يناير على سوبر موفيز. فتاة تتلقى أكثر مما تحتاج إليه من نصائح في What a Girl Wants.
Why are you trying so hard to fit in? You're born to stand out.
Kangaroo Jack يواجه أكثر من لكمة.
Hey, look how tall he is.
Juana Man يسجل أكثر من مجرد هدف.
Yes, Juana Man. Whatever.
رجل شرير يحصل على أكثر من المال في Cradle to the Grave. صياد يأخذ على عاتقه أكثر مما يحتمل في Dreamcatcher.
What is this?
Faye Dunaway تجد أكثر من الصداقة في Stanley's Gig. كل هذه الأفلام الجديدة وأكثر خلال يناير على سوبر موفيز بطاقتك إلى أحدث الأفلام.
All right, we're back for the PAT. The Colts called the timeout. And now Vanderjagt adds one more. How about the move by Reggie Wayne? Brock Alexander went for the pick. Shakes free from him. Jukes Kanoy Kennedy. It's a three-point game, Denver.
وقفة احتفالية هاتفة لبرامج يناير الرياضية على أوربت. الجماهير تحتشد استعدادا لاحتفالية بولوي كرة القدم الأمريكية للجامعات. فرق الدوري السعودي المتنافسة سوف تلقى ترحيبا حارا من أنصارها. المدرجات ستدوي تشجيعا للاعبي دوري كرة القدم الأمريكية. جميع التذاكر مباعة لكافة عروض الدوري الفرنسي. المزيد من الهتافات في الطريق تحية لعمالقة دوري السلة الأمريكي. الدوري الهولندي بحاجة إلى مقاعد إضافية نزولا عند رغبة الجماهير. أوربت خلال يناير عالم من الرياضة.
Murder.
What are you gonna do? Scream?
Jealousy.
Evacuate! Visit! Sarah, I love you.
Violence.
Oh my god, it's Lynn.
Greed.
He's an Avenger. That's how this killer thinks. That's why he picks his victims.
And depravity.
Somebody else is living in my body.
They're all at home in Cinema City's Dark Corners every Wednesday.
تابعوا الأخبار مع الأصدقاء ستيف، إيدي، براين ولورين، الفريق الأكثر جماهيرية ومصداقية لأخبار الصباح الأمريكية. تابعوا الأخبار في Fox and Friends First من الاثنين إلى الجمعة في الأوقات التالية على Orbit News.
Some beautiful fresh powder up at Steamboat Springs this week. And Phil, that was you coming down the slopes, huh? Or was that the mayor of Steamboat, our Vern Lundquist? Actually, I think it may have been Billy Kidd.
Now, Billy Kidd I know about.
You know about Vern Lundquist, too.
Well, I know, but I know Vern wouldn't put that body down a ski slope.
Brock Alexander on the return to the 23-yard line. I hope he heard that.
I do too.
Tonight on 60 Minutes, how did two students turn a college project into a $50 billion company? 60 Minutes takes you inside Google tonight. All right, Jim Sorgi and the Colts. Again, relying heavily today on backups.
Yeah, you know, Jim, we talked about it. Think about the Colts. This is a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. They came into the year. Jim Sorgi, a rookie, a 6th-round draft pick, is the backup. So they are showing a lot of faith. They did all year having him as the backup, because if something happened to Peyton Manning, you got to still be able to get it done.
And there's the pass over to Carswell as Plummer again continues to roll out, throw on the run with success.
Something he does well, but Jake Plummer so far today has done it all. Quick passes from the pocket. He's been on target. Long ones once he moved outside. Off balance. Little touch throws right in between defenders. And then when he wants to rip it down the field, he gets it done. And that was an impressive throw, even though it was short. Off balance, falling backwards. That's what he does so well. And to be a really big-time quarterback in the NFL, you better be able to throw off balance.
2nd and 1, and Drones has the first down. And speaking of Plummer, he's now only 13 yards away from eclipsing John Elway's single-season Bronco record for most passing yards in a season.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound right, does it?
Well,
I'm not taking anything away from Jake Plummer.
He's already tied Elway's team record, 27 touchdown passes with the 2 he's tossed today. Elway, one time in his career, went over 4,000 yards passing. That was back in 1993. 4,030 yards. The icon threw 4, but you know, a little toss.
Well, John Elway never played. He only got a few years late in his career where he played in a system that was going to let him put up big numbers.
That's Reuben Drones with a couple of spins for a first down and a gain of 12.
What a tandem. Reuben Drones waited many years to get his chance. 5th on the depth chart coming into the season. Look at the moves and what he can do. But when it's not there, Tatum Bell can get it done. And look at the blocking up front. Nice block by George Foster, right tackle, and Tom Neion, the center, also got a good block. And well, the big tackle, well, he's a tight end, Dwayne Carswell, number 89. Awesome block on the edge.
So Drones, who was in a mini slump perhaps for a stretch in December, came back strong last week, looking good here today. It's Plummer. After being chased, now will take off and dive ahead to the 45. He was able to make 5 or 6 yards out of that.
Well, that was really a nice job by Jake Plummer. But you know something we haven't talked about so far today? Indianapolis Colts defense.
Well, just
the guy, Dwight Freeney.
Yep.
We haven't heard Dwight Freeney. That's why they're moving the ball. Dwight Freeney cannot get to the quarterback. And look at the coverage downfield. Nobody opened fast enough. But Plummer had to move around, but he still picked up a couple 5 yards on the scramble.
Well, we reached the 2-minute warning with Denver leading 17-14.
This time, there are no exams to pass. It's only teamwork and determination that will make them national champions. College Bowl Week starting from January 1st on Orbit ESPN.
في 2005 ستكون أكثر تألقاً من أي وقت مضى مع برامج الأزياء، برامج المسابقات والبرامج الحوارية مع إضافة خاصة على وشك أن تحدث. ونجم جديد على وشك أن يولد على هوليوود مقدماً لكم أكبر النجوم وأسرارهم مع الأفلام والتلفزيون. هل تساءلتم يوماً كيف هو الحال على الجانب الآخر من الكاميرا؟ عالم الأزياء حيث تكتشفون كواليس أشهر دورات الأزياء. عالم الموسيقى حيث تطلعون على آخر أخبار نجوم الموسيقى من خلال مقابلات خاصة. برامج وثائقية عن عالم الفن تجيب عن أسئلتكم. ولكن هوليوود هي أيضاً قناة الأناقة، قناة البرامج الحوارية مع أحدث مواسم البرنامج الحائز على أرفع الجوائز Inside the Actors Studio. تطلعوا في 2005 إلى نجمكم على هوليوود.
Day on the Shield. Vic and Shane go undercover to find a killer.
Going undercover as dirty cops. You think you can pull that off?
We can try.
But their catch is bigger than expected.
Hey, we got a line on the biggest Armenian mobster in LA.
I want to know every move you make.
I'll never forget what you do.
What about this money train?
I didn't do anything wrong. How much money are we talking about here?
I hear it's big.
The Shield, Monday at 11 p.m. Riyadh time on America Plus.
win and we're in. That's what the Broncos are saying. But meanwhile, Phil Simms, the Jags and Ravens fans are begging the Colts to come up big here today.
Well, the Colts have put out a good effort so far. Jim Sorgi he's been spectacular and made some good throws to keep the Colts in the game. What you got to look for in the Colts, the defense. Dwight Freeney, somebody's got to make a play on Jake Plummer.
Well, they put some pressure on him this time. You mentioned Dwight Freeney, and he comes into the week with 16 sacks, leading the league, and he had 9 sacks alone in the month of December. But when we talked to him about it, he said, you know, that's why it could be so deceiving, statistical categories like sacks. He had a better month in November, but I just wasn't getting the sack.
Played better in November. Yes, sacks are like touchdown passes to a quarterback. When they come, sometimes they come when you don't expect them. They come in bunches. Sometimes you get them when you don't deserve it.
On third down, that ball deflected. Again, more pressure in on Plummer, and Brock gets a paw on it for the second time today. So the ND defense comes up with a hold.
Well, that's what this team is built for. It's built to get you in third down situations where they can pressure you, sack the quarterback. Watch Dwight Freeney from the outside. He gets this every week. He comes off the bus, as he says, John Tierlink, get off the bus spinning. He's very good at it. The spin move was good, but he was double teamed to stop him.
Brad Pyatt will try to return this punt of Jason Baker. Maybe he won't. We'll just field it. Fair catch at the 8-yard line. Again, coming up, the Nextel halftime report. Greg and Dan and Shannon and Boomer. And the talk, of course, today is all about the playoff picture. St. Louis and Minnesota both getting in from the NFC side. What's interesting now, of course, they have to still wait on the outcome of the Seattle-Atlanta game to see if Seattle wins the NFC West or if it goes to the Rams. But we know this, it'll be Seattle and St. Louis. We just don't know which site. So that'll be 2 divisional teams playing next week. And the other wild card game in the NFC will be another divisional game. It'll be Green Bay and Minnesota for the 3rd time. Very strange. Brandon Stokely is in. Is Sorgi fumble? It's fumbled by Dominique Rhodes and recovered by the Broncos. Kelly Herndon with the recovery, and he knocked it loose.
When you're in a must-win situation, you got to go ahead, you got to take some chances, and you got to force the issue. Go down swinging. Kelly Herndon from the right side gets in so quick that Dominique Rhodes does not even get the football put away. So it's a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, a caused fumble, and a recovery by Kelly Herndon. You get the team backed up. They got a young quarterback getting his real first action of his career. Play aggressive defense. It paid off that time for the Denver Broncos.
Cecil Sapp is the fullback. Ruben Drones the tailback on 1st and goal for the Broncos. Is Drones, and they were able to snuff out a couple of Drones attempts the last time the Broncos had a goal-to-go situation. They do it here. Knock them back 2 yards.
Well, you know, when the defensive line for the Indianapolis Colts makes a tackle in the backfield, you know what that's telling you? They were just rushing the passer, and it was good, and the runner just got in the way, because that's how they play. Just get past the offensive line, make moves, go towards the quarterback, and if a runner has the ball, reach out and grab him. But they are pass rushers first, run stoppers second on the defensive line.
Haight is back in as a fullback. Tatum Bell is the tailback, and the pass, well, deflected and knocked down by Dwight Freeney. They tried that shuffle pass that worked for Peyton Manning's cause last week.
Well, I've seen his shuffle pass so much in the last few weeks in the NFL. Dwight Freeney, such penetration, and it was going nowhere. The Colts all over it. The Colts offense runs this play themselves, so that defense is used to seeing it in training camp, during practice, and they reacted very well to it that time.
All right, they scored a touchdown last time down here on a 3rd and goal situation with the toss to Haight. 3rd and goal from the 5. Plummer flings it incomplete. Looked like Darius Watts could have made a play on that one. And again, we documented the troubles of the Broncos in the red zone, and they are unable to cash in for 6 on this one.
Well, look, there might have been a little window here, but there's not much. And boy, Jake Plummer makes an excellent throw. Back shoulder down low, where only Darius Watts can make the catch, because there were cover guys